Now we're going to get into this Timmy's stats deep dive, and I'm going to leave it with Timmy for a second because my laptop's on 1%. I need to go find myself a little Uzi Kawaja to sort myself out. So you take us away, Timbo.
That's fantastic from you, mate.
Thank you.
I'll run the show for us. So Dylan Brown, 6th most traded out player this week. Look, not going to entirely blame the combination with Talangi for a poor score last week. Saved it with a late try assist from Mike Acevo. But he played 2 games last year in combination with Dejan Arce, who I'm a big fan of Arce. I think he'll have a big game this weekend. Try and nail down that half spot with Mitchy Moses out. 2 games with him late last year. Scored 88 against the Roosters. This was the back fight at the end of the year when the Roosters were playing for top 8 spot. They're on a huge win streak and firing. And then he scored 81 against the Panthers in a full-strength Panthers outfit in that one. So, look, very small sample size, but bodes pretty well for Dill Brown in that. So, very keen on him.
Big ass guy, huh?
Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah, I did hear
I
that.
heard it as well as soon
Me
as
and
I
Kat
said
had
it.
a little giggle to ourselves.
Yeah,
A little bubble bath.
I was hoping it wasn't that obvious, but I also heard it.
Good times.
But yeah, Roo, it's Dill Brown. I think with Dejan Arce, it couldn't be a better sample size of those 2 games last year.
Yeah, fair shout. Mate, what about Stefano? What about his form coming back? He's playing so well that I reckon Freddie would play him for more than 13 minutes at the moment. Either way of half time. Good shout.
Oh, my goodness. Stefano Udakamanu. Jeez, tell you what, if you need a front row forward, 555k, he's averaging 63 points, 58 minutes per game and 50 in base. The best thing about him, Roo, in a front row forward, there's attacking upside. So 66 minutes against the Dolphins. There was injuries that aided that a little bit, but 58 in base. Best thing, 20 tackle breaks across his first 4 games and 4 offloads. So he's busting 5 tackles per game. That is huge for front row forward.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty evident that he's become the guy that Benji trusts now.
Yeah.
You have even over the weekend, I don't think it was injury affected, but David Clemmer only played 25 minutes.
Wow.
He just didn't put him back on the field. Alex Twell came on and did a good job, but you can tell at the moment Stefano is the guy in the pack. So I've been hurt too many times personally, but the stats are the stats.
Yeah.
He's playing good footy. Zach Lomax, hello, mate. What a season he is having. He is an absolute weapon at the moment.
He's in Supercoach circles, Jermaine Asako 2.0.
Oh,
From last year. He really is.
had Jermaine last year, got Lomax this year in my draft time.
Yeah, not only because I don't own him, but so many similarities. On the wing, goal kicking for, the Dolphins last year, not expected to do well, struggled, they finished 13th or 14th, whatever. Dragons not expected to do well, question attacking opportunity. He was 112 against the Knights on the weekend in a very well-beaten team in terrible conditions. He had a try assist, 6 tackle breaks. He had 5 offloads in those conditions and 22 runs. He's averaging 82.6 for the year. He's averaging 22.2 runs per game and 5.6 tackle breaks per game. Hard to knock.
And it sounds like he's on the verge of playing fullback. Wild. I mean, he could play fullback. I reckon there's a sniff he plays this weekend.
The way Flano spoke about Sloan on the weekend after the game, every chance.
Yeah, didn't miss. Great shout there. Oh, talk to me about Niko Hines.
Yeah. I mean, I know you mentioned you're keen to get him in. It just, look, he's had an underwhelming, obviously, start to the season by his standards. Bounced back against the Raiders before their bye with 94 points. He's averaging 62, a break even of 104. So very, very achievable, certainly by Nico's standards. Just probably alluding to his lack of attacking stats this year compared to last season. So this season he's had 1 try assist, no tries, no line breaks, 5 tackle breaks. Last year, so 1 try assist this year, he was averaging 1.4 try assists per game last year. This year, he's averaging 1.2 tackle breaks per game. He averaged 2.75 per game last year. Only had 5 tries for the year, to be fair. Offloads per game, doing 1 per game this year. He was 1.45 per game last year. So all those key attacking areas for Niko have just been significantly down on last season. Still averaging 62, which is, by his standards, terrible. But if they start to come, Yeah. Well, like, what do you thought? Like, I suppose my question is, you mentioned you want to get him in. You're scared of him. Is it the Trindle combination that has led to these stats dropping? Is there anything else influencing it? Do you think he's going to get back to that 90-plus average? How do you see it?
I said from the start of the season, I don't think he'll be that top shelf 90 guy. I think he's going to be about a mid to high 80s.
Yeah.
I think he will find form. And honestly, there's a game like this weekend is the sort of game where Niko could put on 150 without a doubt, which is why I'm buying him back this week. I think it's worth noting, I had people message me after that game against the Raiders and go, 94, he's back. Bro, he was on 60 with 40 seconds to go in the game. He had a try assist on the very last play of the game. Like, he is not back to where he was. And even with a try assist on the very last play of the game, he still fell below his average last year.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I love from that game, though, to me, you have a look at his base from that game, 42. It's not because of a lack of effort. Niko's fucking trying his heart out.
That's it. He's in everything. He's getting a shitload of touches. And that's where I'm like, I'm not a concerned owner. Like, of course, I wish he was scoring better. No shit. But the effort's there, as you said. So, look, I'm happy with him. I think he bounces back. I think the attack will come.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I look at him now, 834K. I think that's where he should be. Yeah. I think that's about. I don't reckon he'll get above 900 for the rest of the year. To be honest with you, I reckon he'll sit around here. So I'm happy to buy him again. And look, the reality is, which other halfbacks do you want over Niko? Who are the guys?
We had a good chat about it last night, but look, I'm Niko. I've owned him from the start. I am making a plan to get Cleary in within the next week or two on return. Mate, there's a serious case for Shawn Johnson. I know you're always like never an SJ Supercoach fan, but they've got Manly over there this week. He's got a break-even of 21. He's 690K. Impacted a little bit not goal kicking early on, but he then goes into the Dragons, into the Titans, into the Knights. Like, the reality is he averaged 78 last year, and I think we both agree the Warriors look better this year than they did last year.
Yep.
At very least, it's like a 2-3 week play. I don't mind SJ, but like, look, long term, I still think it's Cleary Hines. I do, but we said this for a long time last year, and he was killing it, SJ.
Yeah, he was killing it, but mate, like, he has to kill it to score well in Supercoach. Like, we just spoke about the last game I watched Hines play. Like, he scored 94. He had attacking stats on the last play, sweet, but like, could SJ have played better on the weekend? Bro, he scored. He had 52 in scoring stats, 41 in creative. That's 93 points. He scored 112. Like, he has to do a lot to score points. And you know what? I agree with you. Over the next few weeks, Manly, Dragons, Titans, he's going to do a lot, so he's going to score well. So as you said, for a few week play, I get it. But personally, I'd rather hold the trades and just have the two guys that I know can absolutely kill it. If you tell me that Niko comes out and has 52 in scoring stats and 41 in creative stats, I'm going, okay, he scored 170.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
I'm Niko and Cleary as well.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, for a short term play, if you've got SJ already or you're making a short term play, I get it.
Yeah,
I 100% get it. Well, what's his break even? 21. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So 691. That's a good little price tag. Like, it's
and that's the other thing I said last night. I'm like, he's also 160K cheaper than those other two. Like,
yep, completely fair. No, I get where people are coming from with that play. Let's talk about his halves partner, Tamare Martin.
Really popular buy this week, I should say. Was awesome in his first game of the season, replacing Luke Metcalf. 98 points, dual 5'8 fullback, 363K. Not going to call it a stat, probably deep dive this one, but just his 4 80-minute games at 5'8 to start last season, I think it was prior to injury. He averaged 47.5. Never been overly Supercoach relevant. I will add in, that the Warriors look unreal. So there's no reason why he can't. I don't know why you go early again, but lots of people are trading him in. Have a look at him for another week. If he kills it and that break-even's negative, whatever it is, maybe next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be going this week. And you know what, Timmy, you're right. And I was about to say the same thing before you said it. He's not Supercoach relevant, but which 5'8s are at the moment?
Exactly.
So, if you think he's going to play good footy, once again, he's got the same draw as Shawn Johnson, which won't shock anyone as they play for the same team. Manly, Dragons, Titans. Mate, he could score really well over the next few weeks. So,
make you great cash, and then you move him to whoever it might be.
Especially if he comes out and plays confidently against this Manly side, and then you've got the Dragons and the Titans to come, and he's got a low, like his break-even is negative 25 now. Fuck knows what it could be with a good game next week. I get it.
Yeah.
interesting one to keep an eye on there. Tomato Martin. I feel like we are just spending a lot of trades in weird spots this year that I hate. But I think you just got to keep in mind that just everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's just scrambling for cash, doing weird shit. Jacob Kiraz, Canterbury Bulldogs centre. What do we got?
Yeah, look, we've shown a bit about him, and this is sort of regurgitating similar enough stats to a few weeks ago, but a lot of owners out there are not sure what to do with him. And we mentioned a few weeks ago doing exactly what we thought he was going to do. He has one big ton and only one score over 50 points this season. All of those were all late 40s, to be fair. Just no attacking stats. 5 games this season, he has 1 try, no try assist, 1 line break and 1 line assist. He's averaging 16.6 runs per game, 4.6 tackle breaks per game, 1.8 offloads per game. Owners just got to sit there and go, all right, do we think any attack's going to come, or is he just going to average 50 to 60 and they're not going to? I'm not an owner. I'm glad I'm not, because it's a weird, tough decision to make. I don't know.
I mean, just completely off the dome, every attacking stat you just read out was in that game against the Titans from memory. Try, line break. So, yeah. I mean,
I think it was only a try and line break for 100 points. So he didn't do much.
So, yeah. He's not a bad guy to have, but I just think with money to be made elsewhere and stuff, I would be moving off Kiraz personally. But
yeah, they've also got obviously Melbourne this week in a depleted side. Couldn't be any worse. They've got to buy in 2 or 3 weeks. I'd be tempted to move off too, but I can see absolutely why people.
It's one of those annoying ones that you didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But you just didn't get it right.
Yeah,
There's just there's better ways to be right now, I think.